right, well, welcome back to Ellie T Lifestyle, and what are we doing today? Who knows? No, we really do know. We're working with the rodeo today, Madison, Indiana Rodeo. I'm Ellie Troutman. I do own the rodeo, the only female-owned rodeo in apparently the entire country. So we're talking about that today a little bit, but more so we're talking about a process. And one of the process that I am fond of and have my hands all over for the rodeo is the making of the poster. And what is that? It's truly what it sounds like, the poster for the rodeo that we put out all across the country for awareness, obviously the save the date, all of the things. So what are we looking at right here? I'm just going to show you, we're going to pan across here. This is the very first one that we did. The rodeo started in 2022. So you're looking at the poster. This is Mike Solberg, Canadian finalist, 10-time Canadian finalist, bareback rider, who was our poster child for our very first poster, as well as the billboard. So we do create a billboard. We work with tourism, Jefferson County Tourism. So getting the poster out and getting the billboards up helps in the tourism. So we want people not just to come to the rodeo one day, we want them to come both days, but maybe ahead of time and stay late and maybe come back for a visit later, because you know how amazing Madison is and you want to experience the whole thing. So we have a lot of information that goes on the poster. The first one, of course, we were new to it, and I got the idea because a lot of the rodeos, especially the ones that have been around, Calgary Stampede, Frontier Days, you can name them all, and they have a signature poster, and it's some amazing artwork. This one we did digitally. We took a picture. Of course, we own the rights to all the artwork, all the photographs when we use it. That's super important if you're doing something like this. So this is a photo of Mike that we took off that we're able to use, and that was on all of the marketing material. So we love that it kind of has an Old West look to it, had the sponsors, the QR, so you know, takes you where you need to go. So I wanted to be a little more creative than that. That was great digital content. So my idea was to feature artists and this process just a little more deeply, getting into the process. And this is the second year. And oddly enough, I did pick another Canadian cowboy. This is Cole Ashbacker, a great cowboy as well. And this is a photograph of Haley Ray's from 2022. So we're able to take that footage that we get in that photography, and you know, it's really cool. I can look at it over time and determine what's coming next for the process of the rodeo poster. So I commissioned Fred Fields, who's an amazing artist. He's in LaGrange, Kentucky currently, but had been out west. He has done a lot of Western art, as well as a very accomplished tattoo artist. And he's done content for book covers and all kinds of things. And we'll share a little bit more of that in the video itself. I don't have a lot of his pieces here. I do have a collection of his art. We asked him to paint the picture of Cole Ashbacker. So the interesting thing is, this is the art. It's Haley Ray's photography. And I don't know about you, but I think photography is definitely an art itself. You know, I can take a picture, a selfie, I'm gonna have to take about 200. Somebody like Kevin or Haley Ray can take one and catch that right away. And just think about this in the photography for the rodeo arena. This guy's hopefully only gonna be on this horse about 8 seconds. So you don't get a redo, right? You don't get a, hey, can you run that back and let me photograph it again? So and I know Kevin does an amazing job of putting these together, but this looks like a photograph, but this is an oil painting. This is the original. So the artist is in charge now, when I work with them, of just capturing the image, which to me, and I think you'd all agree, Fred Fields did a phenomenal job. And I wanted a little more patriotism. You know, that's my jam. You know it when you come to my rodeo, when you witness it in real life, in real time, and when you see it on a lot of our information. So Fred captured exactly what I wanted. We got a little more designy with a little less information on the poster. So that's what happened here with Cole Ashbacker. My third year, which is up top, that's Lucas Mooningham, a bull rider. So what you need to know, I'm sorry, we'll back up. This is not a bareback rider. This is a saddle bronc rider. This is a bareback rider. So I think I said 2 bareback riders. Maybe I didn't, but Canadians, but this big rope indicates that this is a saddle bronc rider and this stirrup right here. Bareback rider, no rope, hand-free in the air. So just want to make that clear because that's part of the ambiance of my rodeo is it's only 4 events. It's bareback, it's saddle bronc, it's bulls, and it's barrels. All right, so with Lucas, we had, now that this has gotten just a tad more popular, the rodeo, we're heading into this would have been year 3. We had artists contact us to ask how we curated the artwork for these posters. And one of them that's local that we really liked is a gal named Mercedes Valdez. And I loved her work because it's like oil pastels. It's very, very artsy, different than the oil painting. And she drew this again. This is a Haley Ray photograph. That's how it starts. And then it becomes Mercedes Valdez artwork. Then it's moved on to the graphics. So this poster specifically was done by Alex Helton, who is our co-producer and our ticket platform owner. Also a girl helping make a rodeo amazing. So what we did is, if you shoot over to this circle M, what is this? Well, this is something we found from a spectator that came to the rodeo and then told us her grandfather had done the rodeos in Madison all the way back to 1947. So one of the things I loved when I started doing the research on 2024's poster is look at the dates. This rodeo in 47 was on the 20th and the 21st. So I thought that was pretty amazing. So what we did for the 1947 new rendition is, it's gigantic, it's stupendous, it's thrills and chills. And we just literally took that right off. I wouldn't suggest that today because maybe a little copyright infringement, but not in 1947. I don't think we had the wherewithal to save all that content and hoard it. But I thought that Alex did a great job copying a lot of the language and the way it looked and the specialty acts. And of course, in the modern age now, we got the little QR code. Taylor and I call those the diddly dots. So we have the little diddly dots on there that takes you there. So what you're seeing up on this third poster is this is signed by the bull rider. Lucas signed these, signed by the artist, as well as her actual artist signature is down in there. It's small, but you'll be able to find it. Same as Fred Fields signed his. This one's unsigned. I have signed and unsigned. We gift these. I gift these to my sponsors. I gift them to the competitor. They love this. This one's signed by Mike Solberg here. Each year that the fellas will return, you can pan over to Pendleton. I'll have the announcer, I'll have the trick riders, I'll have anybody come in that's part of our rodeo show and get their signatures, and boy, it just makes a really great souvenir. And you know, we know that the poster is this size, it's paper, and just by, you can tell this thing has kind of been around the block a minute. How we save this really for longevity is MPS Printing, which is a huge sponsor of our rodeo here in Madison, Indiana, taught me that I could do this. It's not foam core, because foam core won't last either. It's just, you know, it's porous, and if it gets rained on, foam core will ruin as well. And that's the thing that your political signs and your yard signs are made of. This is PVC. So this is plastic, a form of plastic. And that way, these guys can take it with them. They can have it framed, and it's just become part of the rodeo show. So obviously I have these signed and framed in my house. Just brought these along today so we could go through this process. It's near and dear to my heart because, you know, I bring us all along, the artists, the competitors, the production team, the front of the house, the back of the house, the stock contractors, all the way through, is that we want to honor that, memorialize it, because here we are getting ready to go for the 2025 Madison, Indiana Rodeo. Haven't chosen my artist yet, but I will tell you the theme is When the Stars Come Out in Madison. So that's going to be a lot of fun, because if you guys caught any of the NFR, a lot of our guys that show up and ride in Madison ended up doing very well at NFR this year. So you're going to have to stay tuned to see who I pick for the artist, and we'll have an unveiling with that. That'll be part 2 of the poster parade here and how that works. We sometimes do a signing. We definitely at the rodeo have the artist show up. We give away free posters, just like this poster from 2023. We'll give you the poster, doesn't cost you any money, and you can stand in line and get those signed by the artist. You can then take it down after each performance, Friday night and Saturday night. The competitors will come to the fence and you can get as many of those autographs as possible. So that concludes this process of getting this rodeo poster put together. Then it just magically appears out in the windows. So here we are. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't know why, but so far 2023 is my favorite. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a fangirl of Fred Fields and his artwork. They're all fantastic. They all show a lot of work and talent that goes into it. I did love this because of the correlation to the 1947 rodeo. So that turned out real well, but I keep this hung in my office. I get asked if I'll part with it or if I'll sell it, but I don't know. You're probably gonna have to buy that out of my estate auction. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in today for some Ellie T Lifestyle, making rodeo posters, y'all.